8 seconds. That's literally all you get for your resume or CV to be considered and put through to the next round. Now, on top of that, there's not 100 applicants, 600 applicants, there's over 5,000 applications, maybe 10,000, depending on what city you are on the planet and how competitive that job that you're looking for is. A recruiter, hiring manager, decision maker will spend 8 seconds looking through your CV, making a decision like that if they should put you to the next round. So, what do we need to think about when we're sending a document that has to capture attention within 8 seconds? Number one, has to be easy to read. Now, the question I get quite a lot is, Milo, do I have a resume or CV that has to be 1 or 2 pages? Do I keep it to 2 pages because I've got a lot of experience, or do I keep it to 1 page so it's nice and easy to read? Now, the answer may shock you. I would say it doesn't actually matter. 1 or 2 pages doesn't matter. What matters is how it starts. Because if you watch something for 8 seconds to make a decision to put it through to the next stage, it doesn't mean that it needs to be 2 pages and that's going to take 16, 20, 25 seconds to fully read. It just means the 8 seconds of half of the first page has to be enticing enough for that hiring manager to say, yeah, I'm going to read this again later. I'm going to put this candidate forward to the next stage so I can reread the CV. So, what does that mean? That means that we need to have an opening profile. That opening profile on your CV or resume needs to sell a couple of things. In my videos, you'll notice I start to think outside of the box when it comes to your job search. You're not just applying, waiting, and hoping for the best. You're actually thinking about why companies hire, how they hire, what they look for, the reasons why they look for what they look for, and how we can actually position ourselves in that area. So, what does that mean? Your opening profile is your real estate to sell company culture, work style, soft skills, personality traits, and a genuine reason why you want the job, as well as your hard skills, your experiences, and a little bit more about you. But if you don't have an opening profile, the person reading your CV or resume is focusing on your name, your education, and then your experience. Your opening profile could potentially buy you an extra 3 to 5 seconds when they look at your resume. So they read through the opening profile. They see, oh, here's John. John wants to be a machine learning engineer. Okay, so do 5,000 other people. Let's look at why John wants to do that. Oh, John works really well within a team. He has a genuine interest in AGI. Oh, he's also quite charitable. He's done this, he's done that. Okay, well, let me look at the education. Oh, that's a great university or college. Or maybe he doesn't have the right education, but because he's put in the company culture, they're going to look at the experience. Maybe the experience isn't directly utilized for the machine learning engineer position, but maybe there's a transferable skill in a different role. Now, this doesn't have to apply just for machine learning engineer positions. This could apply for an architect position. This could apply for a stockbroker position, a data analyst, a business analyst, whatever you can think of. Companies are not just focusing on hard skills. They're focusing on you as a person. So you have 8 seconds of your resume and CV to impress someone to actually want to read on or read in more detail in another day. So your opening profile is a very good piece of real estate. Now, let's assume your opening profile did the job. They're interested. They want to learn more about you. Let's look at the experience. If you don't have experience, don't worry. Doesn't mean you're not going to get put through. There's a lot of companies that are actually just focusing on who you are as a person. So they're going to jump on your LinkedIn to see what you look like, what you're about, your personal branding. So make sure that your LinkedIn is an extension of your resume and CV. Reach out to me and my team. We can actually help you out with that. But anyway, back to this. So your opening profile works. You've captured the attention, but you're not out of the woods yet because they're going to read the experience now. Now, is your experience easy to read? Is it paragraph blocked where it's going to take 45 seconds to get through? If so, you're probably lost. You had the opportunity, you fumbled, right? It happens to the best of us. But how do we make sure that that doesn't happen anymore? We want to focus on measurable metrics. Your experience shortened, explained in a nice way so they can see the transferable skills of what you can bring to the table. I want you to imagine that your resume is a movie trailer. You know, when you go to the cinema, if you still go to the cinema, you see before the movies usually those trailers to the next movie. And I want you to imagine if that trailer was boring or long-winded or even showed you how the movie ended, would you go and see it? Probably not. But if it was short and sweet, to the point, direct, showed you all the right things that you needed to know to want to see it, you're probably going to go see it the next time it comes out, right? So your CV or resume shouldn't be any different. Your CV and resume is a movie trailer of you and what you can do and why you want to work in that company. Now, if it's a boring trailer where nothing really happens, or it's too blasé and bland and generic, like, hey, I'll do any job, you're probably not going to win that audience. But if you're very specific and you showcase your skill and your reasonable soft skills and your company culture fit and your work style, and you actually tell a story, you will capture the attention. Because if you think about it, humans, we're very story based. We want a good story. If your CV resume starts to tell a story of you, you're more likely going to be shortlisted. Now, it doesn't end there. That's not the silver bullet, the magic formula, or the, be all and end all of you getting a job. That's just 5% of your journey. A lot of people think, hey, 95% of my job search is having a great CV resume, making the right application to the right company at the right time, and I magically get an interview. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's 5%. 5% of your job search is your resume and CV. 95% is what you do with it, who you get it in front of, how you get their attention, and how you sell yourself. Now, again, like I mentioned in most of my videos, I've done a free training. I would love for you to see it. If you've seen it already, great. I really appreciate it. We've had a ton of great comments from all of you. If you haven't seen it yet, it will literally change the way you job search. And it will also change the way you think about your resume and your CV. It will change the way you think about how many offers you can get. I work with people that get offers within 6, 7, 8 weeks. They get 3 offers where the only problem they have is they don't know which one to accept. I want you to have that problem and that problem only. Click on the link in the description and I'll see you on the free training.